I'm sorry. Robert Walker. Woo, good Lord have mercy. Hey, good evening, everybody. He's talking about my potty. All right, I'm done laughing. I'm on a potty search. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Emerald Tablets discussion. This is Christine, Jonathan, a ghost named Susan, and Gerard.
Hello, good afternoon.
You only got so many.
I get more coffee.
Are you okay?
I've been up since 3:45.
Okay.
All right.
We're just starting, so I gotta get another coffee. And I have to do some artificial drugs here if we're gonna keep going.
And no making stuff up, y'all. No making stuff up tonight. No, on planet Earth, with 7 billion monkeys, where don't nobody know a damn thing. Nobody gonna make nothing up tonight. Which means CNN is not going to be working, MSNBC is going to be shut down, Fox News, your politicians, and none of us will say anything. We're all going to sit here and be quiet. Because literally, it's all made up, Justin. All of it. We're not even biological. We're not even monkeys. We are wave, spiritual, vibrational creatures. We're not even standing on the earth. The earth doesn't even have any matter. It's literally all made up.
An illusion.
It's an illusion.
Energy. We're all wave energy.
All of it. Vibrational. You make it up as you go. You manifest your reality. And I'm manifesting right now that I'm in the Arizona desert with all of this sky behind me. The world is a green screen, people. All a green screen. Susan, what? Someone juiced themselves. Susan, you juice yourself? What's Courtney talking about? What does that mean?
Oh, come on.
We're rehydrating.
I know what she's talking about.
Brother Jesse is in the house.
And I ain't talking about it.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
I don't know. It could mean multiple things with Courtney.
This is true.
It could be multiple. Yeah, that's why.
What is the day of the week? It can mean almost anything. So we're going to talk about the Emerald Tablets, and the professor just walks away. We are not going to talk about the Emerald Tablets. I guess not.
Yeah, he's the one with the book. Yeah, I still have my book. I ordered it last year. It's supposed to be in here by October. My Emerald Tablet. $50.
50?
50. 50.
50?
Yes.
Oh, that's
like 50 cents.
No. $50
Anyhow.
book, and it never came.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Anyhow.
So what are we on? We're on chapter 6?
We're skipping 5. We might go back to it at some point, but we're skipping it today. And we're on the 6th tablet, which is called the Key of Magic.
Magic.
So, yes, magic.
Ooh, it's magic.
It's magic, contrary to popular opinion, is actually something very tangible, real, and practical.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on how you define it.
Magic is only
convincing the world the air is trying to kill them.
That is magic. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's called,
that's a kind of magic.
That's called dark magic.
All ignorance, but magic is natural, because Susan, you had a nice post about it. Magic is natural because whatever we don't understand, we call magic, but it's not magic. If we had a phone 100 years ago and you show that with the iPhone, they will run away because they would be scared there's something on the screen. That would be magic. But
who made the quote behind that? Something about to any group's significant technology beyond their understanding would seem like magic or godlike. Who said that? Something to that effect. Like it talked about cargo cults, right? To a group of people, I think it was a Tesla or someone, that any technology that's significantly beyond their capability would seem like magic to them. Somebody knows. There's 18 people here. There's a lot of smart people. Somebody knows.
The science we don't yet understand.
Yes.
Ooh, God magic.
That's something. It's not me.
It's
God magic is just technology, is just science we don't understand yet, but we still call them gods. I mean, Merlin was a god. The magicians were gods. The priests and ministers, to a degree, back then were gods.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out they were just putting cannabis in that little ash thing walking around the church. And they got caught doing that.
And lotus flower.
Yeah.
So chapter 6 is magic. Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay. Should we just dive right in, or
do you want to catch up on the news of the day? What's the news of the day? What are they killing us with today? What are they killing us with today? I didn't watch the news.
Right.
I think the question is, what aren't they killing us with today? That might be the question, because the food that's gone. The water, nope. The air, the soil, they're killing us in all those ways. The cars, off-gassing.
I would simply add about, in regards to dark magic, black magicians. A black magician is simply an illusionist. A black magician actually has no power. Their power comes from us, in us giving them or doing what they want us to do.
Didn't Jive and Bowden say that?
I don't know if he said it or not, but that's how he acts. That's how they all act.
That the black magician
didn't have any power. Our active participation in their schemes, because they don't have any power themselves. All of their power comes from us.
Yes.
That's what he said. He said that we need to help them log on the internet. We need to show them how to stand in lines, that they need to play albums for their children, and
they don't understand how to read their own license or know their own social security number.
They need to
that's
help
not racist at all.
It's okay.
To assume that they can't do basic everyday functions. Yeah, that's not racist. One bit.
Yeah. Great.
Without the white savior stepping in to show them how.
Coming to save the day. You know, it's funny when you tell people things and it comes true and they still don't want to accept it, and they just, so anyway.
I know. You know what's great about Facebook memories?
Yeah,
I've been writing for 4 fucking years. That's what's great. I'm like, holy shit, I've been calling this for 4 years every day. Like today, the memory was listen up, mental patients. We better get our shit together before Gates gives us his night injection. Yeah. Air's reporting system just has gone up.
You know, I mean, when you begin, like Manly P. Hall says, finds the language of symbol, then the world makes sense to you. Mm-hmm. Then you see all the patterns, and it's no longer a mystery to you what's going on. Another way of putting it is, once you see that all these people in power, that the only thing they care about is power, then they become easier to predict what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. Because they're single-minded. They have one thought on their mind. They just try and mask it 1,000 different ways. But their goal is always the same: power for themselves.
Yeah, and I think they like feed off our energy somehow.
I think so
They
too.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think how more they can upset us, how more energy they get from us, I think.
Yeah.
It's a particular type of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least, my intuition tells me it is. And I think that from the conversations that I've had with the two of you and other people on Facebook, I think that we all feel it.
Yes.
Much the same way.
Yeah.
And certainly the literatures that I've read over the years corroborate that as well. That we are in on a farm, and we are the animals on the farm.
Yeah,
and
we really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird.
And all those devices and energy, the 5Gs and things, I think that is a kind of attack on our brain, because it activates the aggression, not the love. Not the social and the way how we love and things like that. I think it's really working, because people are so upset, and everything is like fight. Everything's division. I think it's because also the devices.
Yeah, well, that's like Tesla's Starlink thing, and so when it's all complete, it looks like this literal like grid that goes around the entire planet. Like it showed the radio signals bouncing off of each, and it makes this like prison of energy around the planet.
Yeah.
And it kind of mimics the natural ley lines of Earth, and that's why I always say, like, I call it black magic. It's just understanding energy on a higher level than we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all they're doing is manipulating it. Yeah, we can't let that shit happen. It'll be like prison planet for real. Yeah.
True.
Yep.
Yeah, it freaks me out. First time I saw a picture of it, I was like, oh my God. It's a prison.
Yes, indeed.
Prison planet.
Before we start, though, did you want to do the Neptune square Mars?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. True. This week, today, actually, we have actually a square, Neptune and Mars. Mars is in Gemini, and Neptune is in Pisces. And Mars is energy and action, and Neptune is actually spirit and inspiration, intuition, but also illusions and deception. And Mars can be also aggressive and destructive and egocentric. So we have both the positive and the negative way. But actually, in the context of this time, actually, we should, in our evolution through a more better time, golden age, actually, Mars is shatters. And Mars can be the night. So Mars will shatter our illusions. So so like we can say, and so that the truth comes free. So the truth shall set you free. So that is actually the positive side of Mars square Neptune, because it's a fight. Square is always like a kind of fight, but it's also a challenge. It's creativity. And it's today the end 9. It's the 9th. 9th is the end. Is always the end. And so we can say, actually, we cannot afford ourselves to believe in the illusions, to believe in the establishment, to believe in actually what I told us all the time. So it's up to us actually that we allow actually Mars to shatter the illusions. This is on society level, but you can also see in your personal chart where is Neptune in your chart and where is Mars now in your chart. So so for example, I have Neptune in house, now transit Neptune in 4, and Mars is in 8 in Gemini. And so actually it's like, which is, and 4, house 4 is home. So finally go for your home. And for me, it feels like, okay, don't deceive yourself. You know very well what you want. You have to go for it. You have to overcome your fears also. Neptune can also be a little bit related to fear. So, and you put yourself in action and just go for it. So it could be also kind of that. And then when we shatter our illusions, then divine is there to help us. Because then you have the positive Neptune. Then you have the Neptune, like the inspiration, the connection. And because you dare to believe in yourself instead of in the safety, so-called illusion of safety, but there is actually no safety in this. Whenever we follow outside rules, then we are dependent on them, and they can do whatever they want with us. That's like we can see now in society. But when you follow your inner rules, you're always protected, even in the most violent societies. There will be, you will find a place of safetyness because you follow your inner path. So, but anyhow, it can also give a lot of confusion because, yeah, Mars is shattering, it shatters the illusions, and then you can be for a while confused. What do I want? What do I need? So you need to take rest, and then go inward, and then look down and look inside yourself. What steps can I do? What is good for me? Concerning, if it's on personal level, what is holding you busy? What is now important for me? So then, and then you come back in reality, and the illusions fall out. So everything comes clarity. Then actually, this is a very good creative aspect because it gives you clarity. And when you allow yourself, but this is really what I want, then you see the fog is going up. Fog is also Neptune. The fog will disappear. But you have to be faithful to yourself, not to what others, not towards others. Always first to yourself, and then support will show up. That's also the the Neptune thing. So, and then everything flows, can flow. If you don't allow it, if you stay in the negative side, then your ego is giving you all kind of ideas. Yeah, you better don't do this, and what will happen, and things like that. So the fear comes in, and how more ego you have, how more fear you have. So, and then you feel that tension, and then you go after false belief, like you go for the vaccine because you think I need still the vaccine, I will be safe with the vaccine. That's the false illusions from these times. But you can also
and then
see
you die, and Mars reveals that it was illusion.
yeah, see, yeah. Anyhow, but then now it's also like they see when many people, people die, and then everybody sees that. But if you don't want to see it, then you will say, oh no, because he must have had something else. It's not the vaccine, but it is the it's the V because otherwise I
The
will.
donuts.
They will shut us down. So actually, you have to question everything. Is also question whatever you want to do, and it doesn't matter. I mean, just go for it. And I mean, the divine prefers you to do, even if you make a mistake, than to do nothing. And yeah, that's the best thing. And then you have when you come more in line with positivity, then there is always abundance. I mean, abundance for you to explore. Then the belief of scarcity falls away because now you think, oh, I cannot do this because of this. I cannot do this because of this. I cannot do this because I have no money. I cannot do this because of this. You always limit yourself. And but when you cut that belief off, then you give yourself more freedom to find new ways to create what you want. There always, where there is a will, there is a path. Where there is willpower, there is a path. Wherever it might lead. And there are a lot of examples from people who did the impossible and never thought they could make it, but they did because they believed in it. How do you say in the Bible? Your belief shall move mountains. Is that not the saying?
Faith that moves mountains. Yes.
Yes, and the mustard seed. So
A
that's
mustard seed of faith that
yeah.
can move mountains.
Yes. So anyhow, and always the truth is always gives you more advantages as illusions. Illusion gives you a false safety. Illusions. It gives you a kind of a false safetyness. But it is illusions and it drains your energy. Neptune can drain your energy. But positive, it gives you inspiration. But if you follow your illusions, you float away from your true self, and then you're dependent and gives you victimship. Like Neptune can be also the victim, and the complainer, and blames everybody else except her or himself. So, but the other thing from Neptune, because you don't see, Neptune is fog, you have to have a leap of consciousness. And you have to take that leap in faith. I go for it anyhow. That's it. I mean, that's what I wanted to say. That's the Mars Neptune square. So you can look in your charts where it falls, and then you can see, okay, this, I have to work on it.
So. Also, the moon is in Pisces.
Oh yeah, moon is. Oh yeah, now it's moon conjunct Neptune square Mars.
Yeah. So your intuition should be stronger.
Yeah.
And Mars is your identity, like who you are and taking action. Yeah. So just try to trust your own instincts.
Yeah.
No. Because I think a lot of people, I mean, anyone watching this knows the vaccine is bullshit. the donuts, whatever. Donuts are bad for you. But like, whatever, regular people on the fence, you have to know there's something really wrong going on right now. You have to have some kind of feeling, whether you know it or not, or still trust our saviors, our Lord and Saviors on the TV.
You know, and talking about the V.
You have to know.
Talking about the V, you know, we talked a minute ago about how, you know, basically, you know, dark magic is basically illusion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have convinced a significant portion of the public that an illness with an extremely high survivability rate requires you to basically put chemicals in your body to protect you from it. That's talk about illusion. That is illusion. To convince the public they need it in the first place at all.
Yeah,
that's illusion.
It goes even further than that, right? Because like I said, so humans been on the planet, us type of humans have been on this planet for at least 200,000 years, which whatever, I'm saying 500. But and all this time we needed to breathe air. Now breathing air could kill us. Like that is a level of energy manipulation.
And that belief is only 1 year old.
Yes.
So see how strong Neptune works is with negative. If it's negative, in Pisces, illusion, deception.
Yes.
So
that's why I said we've been deceived this whole age. Yeah. Our history is a lie. Our government is a lie. The way they move is a lie. The way we trade is a lie. Everything we do is a lie. This whole 2,000 years.
Yeah,
that's a lie.
Yeah, it is, because not everything's been a lie.
I'm sorry, I just had to play Beaufort on that one.
I know, Beaufort.
All a lie.
Non-belief in self. Always hanging out in here. Me and him are gonna have to have some combos. Gonna convert them.
It's our relationship with
So, but that's like the amazing fun thing is that, you know, you can go to ancient knowledge and it's still applicable to today. I mean, whether you use the Emerald Tablets, the Bible, scriptures, the Quran, the Gita.
Point is proof that the ancient knowledge is in touch with reality.
Yeah.
Because it resonates with you, it resonates with me, it resonated with those people 5,000 years ago.
Yes.
When Lao Tzu first said it. It resonated with the ancient Egyptians when Thoth first wrote it down, whenever that was. That is the indication that an idea or a thought resonates with reality.
Yes. And whatever resonates with reality stays eternal.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there some sort of saying that truth is timeless?
Yes.
That, that's how you know what is true. It's timeless. It spans all different flavors and dimensions and errors. Is that, you know, if it's true then, it'll be true now.
Well, that's what I always say with the mythology. and the stories like of Apollo or Venus or Cernunnos or whatever, if those stories have lasted 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 years, there has to be truth to them.
Yes.
There's no way something lasts that long that's a lie. A lie will always eventually disintegrate. It'll always fall apart.
Time scatters lies. That is what time does. Yeah. And truth is timeless.
Shakespeare says, "Truth is truth to the end of reckoning." It stays the same.
Yeah. Poison will kill you. Period. It might.
Two things. Wait, before I forget. Sorry. You said about the knowledge, whatever, them having knowledge, whatever. Anyway, it's in that tablet 6, I think, that we're going to read. Is it either in 6 or 7?
Yeah.
That these black magic-y people take all the knowledge and hide it from the children of men. Yeah. I still want to. Okay, whatever. Guess that.
Say that again.
I can follow.
My thing's not working. My speaker microphone hole, so I had to be open. Anyway.
I don't know what you said, John. I'm gonna make some tea because I don't even know what she said either. I'm gonna do Egyptian licorice tea because she resonates. Sometimes you resonate and we can't pick it up. You have to slow down, girl. You got to turn that frequency down a little bit. You vibrate. We're only humans, okay? We're only humans. You have to get after us.
Okay, so you said about them taking the knowledge and hiding it. Okay, so in the tablet we're about to read, it's either in this one or in 7.
Right.
Both actually writes about how these lower, darkness people steal the knowledge and hide it from the children of men.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's in the Emerald Tablets.
Yeah.
That's like the covenant. The covenant that was on Facebook. We shall poison them. We shall feed them with poison. We shall be, if they come to us to cure, we give them more poison, because they may not know that life is eternal or something, that we are connected. And if if the divine ever finds out, we have to be. Yeah, now we already know their lies, so they will have to hide in universe. They cannot hide anymore. The covenant, you know, that it was I think Coco, she posted it. The Covenant of Christ posted it from. I mean, it's said many times it came on, and who was the last time? So the evil angels of the black angels said from. Yeah, they are the rulers of the earth, and they gonna, we were the slaves, and we were not to find out that we are their slaves till now, and we find out. So they have to hide themselves somewhere in universe, but then because they know if we find out,
they're hiding inside politicians.
Yeah, they're hiding behind politicians.
I was going to say we know it. Like Bill Gates. Yeah.
The secret covenant, yes, the secret covenant. Yeah, you know, we find it, but it's not secret anymore. So actually, they're busted. So the divine, of course, the divine knows, and there will be. I mean, yeah, they get their karma, of course. They knew that. That's why they're so in a speed to enslave us more and more. That's what's happening now. And the feedings don't work because everybody is discovering they don't work because there are a lot of, and now they're in panic. They're now in panic mood.
Yeah, they are.
So, but then they're dangerous. Actually, now the dangers can come from some,
I think they have
corners.
I think they have this last 3 years of energy.
Yes.
To get us to where they want us, and they know, so that, you know what I mean. There's time running out. Time is running out right now. The last Pluto and Capricorn, and they know time is running out because if their plan fails, before that time, I think we evolve into the good stuff.
They do not have me where they want me. Their plan already failed. I've already spoken it over my existence and manifested. They can do anything they want to do to y'all. I'm done. Ain't got me nowhere.
Yeah, true. We broke their veil. We broke Neptunus. I mean, in the way their veil is broken. We saw through the fog. We saw clarity. And a lot of people. So actually, they're lost already. They're lost.
Yes.
But of course,
Amen.
But of course, they try to take as many people down with them, but they're lost.
Once,
it's a show.
As individuals, once we've decided to pursue truth and to question ourselves and to look at all and to re-examine, or perhaps examine for the first time, all of our opinions, all of the things we think are real, and examine them critically, we've already won personally for ourselves. There's nothing they can do to stop us. In the Truman Show, if you guys remember the scene where Christof is being interviewed right in the middle of the film, and he says something about Truman. If Truman were absolutely determined to discover the truth of his world, there is nothing we could do to stop him. Hello. And then he says, and he's wrong about this. He says, ultimately, and he's saying this to Sylvia, because remember, Sylvia is calling in on the phone. And he says this, ultimately, Truman prefers his cell.
Yes, he does. Yes, he did.
Until we prove Christof wrong, yeah. We can always choose. We have the ultimate power in our ability to choose and to change our mind.
Mm-hmm.
You can trust the sign.
Free will was our greatest gift.
Yes.
Because we get to choose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody, like other creatures, are still bound by their biological nature, I guess you can say. We can change at any time to be anything we want to be. Does that make sense?
We can choose to fall asleep and accept the illusion and the magic tricks and accept the consequences that goes along with that, or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but right now nobody sets the consequences.
Exactly. People think that the people that are still asleep think they can enjoy unlimited freedom and liberty without accepting any of the consequences
or responsibility. Right. Right. Because if you're going to live like a free person, you have to be responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
they can abdicate their sovereignty to Big Daddy or Big Mommy and still do whatever the hell they want. It doesn't work that way.
No. And like, I think people need to accept the fact that, like, okay, as a free person, right? If I go and punch someone in the face, I need to expect that that person has every right to punch me back in the face.
Yeah.
But nowadays we're like these spoiled, entitled shits who think that we can punch someone in the face over anything and they have no rights to do it back to us. No, that's not how it works.
It doesn't work like that.
No.
They get on Facebook and they whine about it.
Yeah.
It's the wine culture.
And then they call
the baby culture.
They try and get the state to use the state as a bludgeon against your sovereignty.
Yeah.
To force you into doing X, Y, and Z.
And you can see that in the fashion because the men they have the underwear.
The baby bodies.
Baby. It's the baby culture. See? They want to be babies and whatever of the girls. I don't know what the girls' fashion is, but anyhow,
well,
it's like They want some mommy and daddy taking care of them and think they are free.
Well, Mark Passio is right when he says everyone that is an order follower basically has either mommy or daddy issues.
Yeah.
And those people are psychologically infantile.
Yeah, and as a collective, we have freaking daddy issues.
Yes.
Like, we got like daddy issues on 100
Daddy and mommy issues.
You have your daddy issues. I'm having honey issues.
Uh-oh.
I'm making my tea. I have nothing else to say. It's funny when you have smart people on here. I don't have nothing to say. You guys are saying everything. Beaufont was saying I'm speaking with my body language. Yeah, I am. What am I? I'm just agreeing. Like, I mean, this is spot on. It's the best analogy I ever heard in terms of the Truman Show, right? You know, lights are falling and people acting like there are no lights falling. You're driving, you keep going around a circle and you act like it's normal. These cycles keep repeating and it's obvious, right? You see people on the other side of the mirror. You know what's happening in the real world is not equated to what's happening on the television. You know, it's like the Orwell, right? The War of the Worlds, where everybody thought the aliens were invading because it was on the radio. But you go outside and you don't see no damn aliens. You go back inside, the aliens are invading. You go back outside, ain't nobody vomiting, throwing in the street, ambulances running everywhere. You go back inside, the aliens invading. At some point in time, you got to accept the fact that you're not in an alien invasion. And it's up to you to get in that damn ship and sail till you poke the side of your cage and climb out. So it's the best analogy I've heard.
So, some have kitty issues. Lori, some have kitty issues. Doggy issues.
What kind of issues?
Oh, it's
Kitty.
comments.
With the comments. Kitty and doggy issues.
Lori, you drinking?
Lordy,
Is it
Lord.
Friday? It's Friday, isn't it? Lori drinking? What are you talking about, Lori? Where are you going with that, sis? What's going on? This is Earth. This is America. Every man is straight got kitty issues. We all got kitty. The kitty run the world. I've said this a million times. I don't know how people. You know, the only reason that most men get up in the morning is kitty cat. Okay, the kid. Everybody. All right. You know, women don't know the power of kitty, so they got kitty issues
Part
too.
of the live stream where everyone's talking in code.
Yes, everyone's talking in code. You realize that the reason why wars are fought, resources are needed, oil, banking, all of this stuff happens. It all gets back to one kitty that was misbehaving. I'm sorry. That's just my
The kitty was misbehaving.
well, it's still too powerful. We should
Counseling therapy.
I'm just saying, we should have kept going that path with these nipples, and we should have just stayed women because if we had too many problems when we separated, we should have stayed united. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, want to talk about signs and symbols? Check this out, because I was listening to Norse mythology the other day, and so Fenrir, Ragnarok, end of the world. Fenrir, the wolf, swallows the sun.
Yeah.
Bill Gates wants to spray kill yourself chalk all over it.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
The chalk was a punishment, and now they're like, we're just gonna spray it all over the atmosphere.
Yeah, true.
That was a thing.
Because air is bad.
Yeah.
You might have to explain that to kids, though. I don't think
society.
Yeah.
I don't think the young people even know what a chalkboard is.
Oh yeah, a lot of people might not.
They have no idea. Chalkboard, banging chalk. What?
Show my age.
Yeah, my age.
Yeah.
Too.
Yep. So that was one symbol.
Yeah,
There was something
Bill
else
Gates.
that I forget.
Bill Gates
is
playing
there.
for God.
He's the bastard son of Loki and a giantess. You had to be chained up because he was trying to kill everybody.
Yeah,
Sounds
he's trying to
accurate,
kill.
right?
I think
But
he's
yeah,
a bastard,
yesterday,
but he's not the son of anybody. I don't think he's got any power. I don't think he's anywhere. He's just a Johnny
no, because
come
the scientists didn't. Yeah,
low on the totem pole,
yeah,
disaster capitalist, cronyist, just
yeah,
trying to make as much money as he can in a
yeah,
bad time. You know, I
yeah,
don't think he's anybody popular. I don't think. I think he wants to be a reptilian. He ain't no reptilian.
He wants to be a reptilian. No, at this point, he's a clone. He's just a puppet. Yeah.
But he has no power because the scientists were saying this is too crazy, that idea. Nobody wants to work with him. Maybe only the one.
Can I say that another way? That he has power, but it's based in everybody's fear. His power is not real. His own only
money. His power is money. If he was, yeah. And his power is money. He buys everybody with money. That's all he has.
If your power depends on other people giving you their consent, how do you acquire their consent? Well, you have to confuse their reason. You have to muddle their judgment, because there's no one would willingly agree to be a slave.
I thought we were done talking about kitty cats.
What?
I thought we were done talking about
Are
kitty
we
cats.
on different timelines, guys? Like, can you hear me right now?
They're having some, you know what they're doing in the comments. Let's see.
Are we on different timelines?
Huh?
I don't know. The four of us?
Okay, I'm going to go first. We're going to go in a circle. Everybody say something.
Okay.
This sounded like something from the 60s. We need some check it down.
Where is how you saw the talking stick? The talking stick.
We need a conch. Where's the conch? Where's Piggy at? Damn it. Get a conch.
No, I feel like there's like some Matrix glitchy timeline stuff going on, and we're not all syncing up.
Okay, you start.
You start. I heard that. I had that video. Ooh, you start. You start first. All right. I'm sorry.
Okay, he just said he's sorry. Did you hear me now? Go.
I'm behaving.
You're saying something. So say something.
Who has to say something? I can't follow anymore.
You got the conch.
You have to stick. You have to stick.
No, I'm getting hot because I'm getting confused.
See, Neptune is working.
Yeah.
Pass that dong around. You got the dong. It's your turn to speak.
Yeah, see? On my thing, on my computer, he's like a little laggy.
Who?
Gerard?
Like your words come out, and then like the Chinese movies where your words come through. Like you talk, and then your lips move a little bit when you're done saying the words. Yeah.
Don't make me do a Sunday matinee. I practice that. Oh, I am a little laggy. Look, I'm moving fast too.
Yes,
I'm having too much fun. We're supposed to be in a pandemic.
I know. I'm sorry. We're supposed to be doing ancient wisdom, but something weird was going on. All right.
I'm never going to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Never growing up.
And I got to constantly question reality now because it's so crazy. I don't know if it's real anymore.
Because you're on the Truman Show. It's called the Susan Show. And we want you to wake up, and we enjoy watching you all day and night.
Okay.
Did you see Susan? She's giving an American Woman answer like, "Oh, that's just stalkers. We deal with them all the time. That ain't nothing."
That's some CIA shit. See, Gerard's CIA.
I could be. I've been at the home office. I'm not moving off grid looking for toilets and potties, adult potties and composting toilets. I was at Langley. You never know. That's the funny thing. You'll never know. And that's the beautiful thing about today. You have to make decisions for yourself. You got to find yourself. You got to critically think your way through it. You cannot trust anybody. You can't trust the Matrix. You can't trust the Truman Show because you don't know what's real. You got to make up your own mind, do your own research, and manifest the reality that you want. I sure enough could be CIA. Shoot, Jonathan could be Al Qaeda. Look at his beard. I had to go there. I'm sorry. This little demon right here.
You know the Osama bin Laden videos. Do you guys remember those?
Oh, yes, I remember them.
Yeah, you know all the different Osama bin Ladens. You know there was the fat Osama, and then there was the tall one, and you know the actors kept changing.
Yeah,
good times.
Yeah,
good times. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Good times. Yeah, I can see you in the back.
Yeah, like Bill Gates, that actor. They keep switching him out. They switched Biden out. They definitely switched Biden out.
Yeah, that's totally.
Yeah, that's totally not the real Biden.
No, that's true. It's totally.
I know how I sound too, people. I don't care anymore.
Oh, you know who died today?
In reality.
Yeah, Prince Philip died today. Supposedly. But the real guy probably died years and years ago, and this is just some, you know.
Yeah, clone. Yeah.
And which one was Philip? Was that Diane's husband?
No.
The husband of
Queen Elizabeth's husband.
Of the old queen.
He's 99. 99, but he looks about 175.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably got even more heart transplants than David Rockefeller and Henry Kissinger put together. So yeah,
I've never.
He looks like that old vampire from that movie Dracula, where he hides in the cave.
Yeah, he's smoking.
I haven't seen him. I've never seen this. All I see was her crusty butt. I have never seen him. I didn't think she was married. I think it was just her.
Yeah.
You think they were still? You think they were still?
There are some thoughts that I don't want to entertain, Gerard.
Yeah.
How did didn't the lizard woman, doesn't she eat you or something when you're done? Or is that not spiders?
Yeah. They don't have sex. They lay eggs, and then the man just comes by and fertilizes them.
All right, stop it.
All right.
We're making jokes about our God.
Or okay.
Our owners.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
This is the sixth Emerald Tablet. It's called the Key of Magic. Hearken, O man, to the wisdom of magic. Hearken to the knowledge of powers forgotten. Long ago, in the days of the first man, warfare began between darkness and light. Men, then as now, were filled with both darkness and light. In some, darkness held sway. In others, light filled the soul. Aye, age old is this warfare, the eternal struggle between darkness and light. Fiercely is it fought all through the ages, using strange powers hidden to man. There have been adepts filled with the darkness, struggling always against the light, but others, filled with brightness, have ever conquered the darkness of night. Wherever you may be in all ages and planes, surely you shall know of the battle with night. Long ages ago, the sons of the morning, descending, found the world filled with night. There in that past began the struggle, the age-old battle of darkness and light. Many in that time were so filled with darkness, only feeble flamed the light from the night. Some masters of darkness sought to fill all with their darkness, sought to draw others into their night. The masters of brightness fiercely withstood them, fiercely fought the darkness of night. Dark masters sought ever to tighten the bonds, the chains that bind men to the darkness of night. Dark magic they used always, brought into men by the power of darkness. magic that enshrouded man's soul with darkness. They banded together as an order, brothers of darkness. They were, through the ages, antagonists to the children of men. Secret and hidden, they always walked, always found, yet not found by the children of men. Forever they walked and worked in darkness, hiding from light in the darkness of night. Silently, secretly, they used their power, enslaving and binding the souls of men. Remember what I said a minute ago, that no one would willingly, consciously agree to be a slave.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why, if you dislike the terms dark and light, simply switch them out for ignorance and knowledge, because it's identical, the same thing. Ignorance is darkness, knowledge is light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or cat and dog. Right? The cat pulls you in with a little got that little the dog scares you, right? Like, so think about it from that perspective, right? One, they can catch you with the little stickers, and that's what you call them, Susan. They catch you with the stickers, the feel good things, or they get you with fear. It applies. Y'all don't like it, but it applies. It applies. That's how you control people. You gotta
Fear. Yes.
Smiles and cries. Training day. Isn't that training day? Smiles and cries. He who controls the smiles and cries.
You mentioned fear. If we weren't in ignorance, we wouldn't be afraid.
Wouldn't be afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what though? Really? Because I think we had to redefine words, right?
Yeah, we do.
Because okay, like I was saying before, I'm not really afraid to die, right? And I mean it'll be scary, but I'm not really afraid, right? But so ignorance, not knowing, I don't know what's going to happen after. I mean, I really believe my mind and creates it in whatever, and I'm going to be cool. But I'm saying I don't know, right? I have no guarantee, but I'm still not afraid.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes, I don't, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people are afraid of the unknown, right?
Yeah. Well,
knowledge. I'm gonna call. Can I jump on this one?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm gonna call fake news on that.
On what?
I'm gonna call fake news. I can call fake news. Damn it, I can do that. Trump did that for 4 years, and most times he was right. I don't care what y'all think. I'm gonna call fake news on that.
You can fake news me. I'm
a fake news. Yeah, I got the fake news. Hashtag fake news. Somebody make the comment. Hashtag Susan fake news. No, I'm a fake news guy. And that's why. You're speaking for your conscious mind. I'm speaking for my conscious mind. Your subconscious mind, you have no idea what it knows. I think it knows. I think it knows what's coming. It's like the whole deja vu thing, right? That's time travel. When you go to sleep, your mind is jumping forward in time and space and merging with the Akashic records, and your subconscious mind just doesn't choose to share it with you for various reasons, right? And I know that y'all know what I'm talking about in terms of the conscious and subconscious. So consciously, yeah, we don't know what's coming because our subconscious mind feels that we're either not ready to know or we shouldn't know. So I think because your subconscious mind knows that you won, that it's coming, that you have no fear. Your conscious mind is at rest because of it. You don't know why you feel good. Remember we talked about this like a couple months ago. We were talking about why aren't we scared? Like, why aren't we scared like everybody else? Why do we feel that we are in some sort of a Sati Yuga and this is the end of the Kali? Because there's something that's giving us this sense of security, this sense of everything is going to be all right, this joy. So, and I'm joking with the fake news thing. I'm just saying that we are all one. We're all connected. You already know everything that's going to happen. You're just going along with this because that information is kept from you.
Well, just real quick, I want to say because it kind of makes sense, right? So this is what I'm going with. So Dr. Bruce Lipton, He does or Lupton. I don't know, I messed it up, but he has a great video about the subconscious and the conscious, right? And he was describing the subconscious as like, so it's this, see, I don't know computers, but it's like this big processing computer that can process all this information really fast, right? I forget the terms. So, but so like breathing, eating, working, learning math, all that is your subconscious. It you know, and that's kind of what we run on. And it's the conscious that takes time to process something because it goes so deep into everything, you know, all the levels. So it's actually our conscious mind that, you know, knows things like what you were saying. It's in reverse. That's what I'm trying to say. Shit, I can't get it out.
Yeah, it's the same thing. And I remember that lecture. It's funny, like we all listen to the same talks and lectures probably, where he was trying to explain it from a, you know, your whole day, 98% of the decisions that are made in your life, they're being done by your subconscious, right?
Yeah, it's like
your conscious is training it, right? You're making willful decisions, you know, the first time that you drive home from work. The second time you drive home from work, you use less of your conscious mind. Third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, you're using less and less to a point where you just get in your car and the next thing you know, you're at home. You're like, how the hell did I get home? I was listening to music. I was doing other things. Your subconscious got programmed. This is one of the things that he talks about a lot, right? Is that you can reprogram your subconscious. To a degree, it's your servant, right? It knows consciously what you want to do, where you want to go, and it goes away and does the work for you. So it's like your autopilot, but it also is your interface to the unknown, the things we don't understand. Like, you know, and I think, is that Mark's bopping around here, you know, and I think Bofon as well, like old IT guys or, you know, or anybody who worked on a problem. We are trying to figure out a problem. You're trying to write a program. You're trying to design a system and you can't get it right. You know, and you could work on it for hours and hours, days and days and days. But if you stop and go to sleep, or if you stop and work on something else, magically it pops in your head, right? Your subconscious mind goes off and solves a problem and hands it back to you. In fact, from a modern scientist perspective, even Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about that. But yeah, I think we watched that same.
Yeah,
Einstein did it like that. Huh?
Yeah.
The solutions came always when he did a nap. After a nap, he had the solutions. Einstein.
Yeah, Tesla had dreams.
Yeah.
Let me add a couple of things to what you guys have been saying. Gerard, you mentioned the phenomena. I'll call it a phenomenon. You know, you're having your coffee in the morning. You're, you know, eating breakfast, making breakfast, and then all of a sudden you realize it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and where has my conscious mind been for the last 6 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. Neptune today.
I'm gonna refer to both the Castaneda and the Gurdjieff literatures because they have, I think, the best explanation for this phenomenon. Gurdjieff says that we do not remember ourselves. Those are his words. That you make the conscious effort to remember yourself at all times, and once you set that task for yourself, you soon realize that you can't do it. And I think that the Castaneda literature, that Castaneda in his final book, The Active Side of Infinity, when the shaman Don Juan Matus, whoever that person was, even if it was a fictional creation, it doesn't matter. He says that we have two minds. One is our real mind, our mind, which was defeated and is relegated to the back of our consciousness. The mind that we use every day, he calls a foreign installation that was put there by the predator.
The reptilians.
The reptilians, the black magicians, whatever you want to call them.
Society.
This mind, the foreign installation, is the mind that is driven by self-reflection. not self-awareness, not self-criticism, self-reflection. That is, this is the mind that is always defending itself, that is always creating a false image of itself, self-importance. This is the mind that wants us to remain asleep, and it is foreign to us. It was given to us by this predator. And that is why we cannot remember ourselves at all times. Mm-hmm. The Castaneda literature is all about how to basically get rid of this predator mind that we have, how to restore your original mind, which always is present and conscious and knows where it is. And we have moments, flashes of it when it fights its way back to the surface.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
That is, I would say you can, to make it simple, we have our ego, which is our planning, our actions that wants to run the world. And we have our conditionings, like you're telling, the super ego that they call in the Vedas. That is what we are learned to do, our habits, the good or the bad ones. And but it's all dead. That's dead. What we are planning is not yet there, and the conditioning is dead. It's not a living thing. But then we have the center channel, which is the divine inspiration. It's the Kundalini that is always living, and that is the always active, what you say, our self, the true self. But it is overtaken by those two, the conditions and the ego. So that they cover it, and this is the ego. It is here, and this is super ego, and here the divine, the Kundalini has to pass through this, and when this resides by meditation, then we come in contact with our true self. That's a possibility, and then our mind is still, and we have the stillness of the mind, and then we find that little voice or the intuition, because that's always hidden far after those two. But there's another form, what you say, Jonathan, of what you mean, I think. I mean,
there's a lot more to it. There's a lot,
yeah, a lot more too, but this is a simple explanation. Yeah.
At some point, we have to realize that we're not going to get to the bottom of this in one conversation or in an hour or even in a year.
Or in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Or
multiple generations.
Let me share an anecdote with you guys. This is, I believe, I want to say the famous classical violinist Casals, or it might have been someone else. And he was in his 80s, and he just delivered this beautiful, moving performance. And a woman came up to him and said to him, "Sir, I would give anything to be able to play like that." She said, no. She said, "Sir, I would give my life to be able to play like you just played." And his response to her was, "Madam, I did give his life to be able to play like that." And an anecdote like that helps us, remind us to be serious about this, because we're not going to change overnight. And that knowing that will also help us not only to be sober and serious, but to be patient with ourselves as well. That when we, stumble, fall asleep, do dumb shit, not look at ourselves, indulge in our habits, whatever they are, and then we remind ourselves, oh yeah, I need to work on this. I need to change that. So we pick ourselves up, we dust ourselves off, and we try again. And we don't give up. The Chinese say that perseverance overcomes all obstacles. If we would just persevere. William Blake says, if the fool would persist in his folly, he would become wise. We just have to keep going. We can't give up. and being serious about this work of self-transformation moves it along a lot faster.
Yeah.
But I have to say,
Yeah,
and maybe it's just me because my Saturn's in Leo, so even my rules like to play. So I'm just saying,
Right.
I think some of the problem is we take ourselves too serious. Like, I don't have to be perfect. I can be screw up. It's just where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like we all screw up. We all mess up.
Yeah.
We're all going to be feeling embarrassed or whatever.
When it comes to our self-importance, then we need to laugh at it and joke it and joke at it. We need to ridicule our own self-importance at all times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have to laugh with ourselves in the mirror every day.
Yeah.
Look at this idiot. And then you talk not to yourself but to the ego.
Yeah.
There's some very good exercises, but it's like really
that's why the trickster in every traditional society, the trickster was always valued as sacred. You know why? Because the trickster attacks everyone's self-importance.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just I like the perseverance part. A wise prophet once said, keep on swimming.
Yes.
Keep on swimming. Keep on swimming.
Keep on swimming.
Of course, the past will get that right off. But the point is that, in life, we forget ourselves. We can be very forgetful, but you got to remember just the main purpose. You have to keep perseverance. You got to keep on swimming. Get up the next day, put your shoes on, get out there and go do it. Problems will come. You'll get confused. You'll get lost. You'll turn on the news. You'll fall into the false reality again. But then you get up the next day and remember, keep on swimming. Another prophet once said, hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door. And that's another one. Where in life, you may not be the smartest person. You don't have to be. You just got to stay persistent with it. And there's going to come in your life when you're going to have to hold the door. And only Game of Thrones fans are going to understand that. The rest have no damn idea what I'm talking about. But that's okay.
Is it because the donuts are creating zombies?
That's true. I finally, by the way, I looked that up. Y'all, oh my God, y'all were right. Krispy Kreme.
I didn't think that was a donut thing. Yeah, that was for real.
Because sometimes you like to lie. No, because listen.
All these people
lie. In my world, everybody lie. I think everybody's lying all the time until I look it up. So, Krispy Kreme, they literally, one of the number one comorbidity companies is giving away donuts to people who go out there and get a shot so they can keep eating donuts. It's mind-boggling how people don't want to keep swimming and they refuse to hold the damn door. It's crazy.
Yeah. And what if it's like some kind of crazy thing, right? Because the mRNA is programmable, and then when the Krispy Kreme donut gets inside you, the mRNA hooks up with the Krispy Kreme donut.
They get together like snakes and monkeys.
I'll create rabbit holes. I don't care.
Snakes and bats. They got together, and the Krispy Kreme and the mRNA get together and make some monsters.
Yeah. And everything is made of Marshmallow Man. That would be a great end of the world.
No. No, I don't think I would. You know how many Stay Puft people got that thing? You know how many Stay Puft Marshmallow Men are gonna be on that mountain coming over? Millions. Nah, I don't like marshmallows.
California will catch on fire soon. We'll just leave them all there.
We have to. Climate change get them, so we're good. The planet's heating up. They're all gonna melt. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's the depopulation event to get everybody to get jabbified. You get the Krispy Kreme donut, turn into the marshmallow men and women, and melt because the planet's heating up. Because they're heating it up because they're causing.
Yeah, because they'll be the only food left. Because they're creating fake trade deficits. Trust me, I know it works.
You put them in the fire and we eat them on a sticky.
Delicious. This is eat grandma. Eat grandma. Don't say grandma no more. Go on, eat
Hey,
grandma.
grandma, roast her on a fire and eat her.
Oh, she's delicious. She's been eating Krispy Kreme donuts her whole life. She just sweet, just a treat. Yeah, so connecting dots that maybe should or shouldn't be connected. But I think people get the point.
Yeah. We're all gonna die.
That's right. And nobody ever dies. We all gonna die, and nobody ever dies. Live this particular life. You put the quarter in the machine. You're in the arcade. You're playing with your friends. Play well. Don't play on autopilot. Play well. All right, ready for the next section?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, let me reread the last 4 lines so that we kind of maintain our continuity here. Okay, so Thoth is talking about the struggle between knowledge and ignorance, dark and light. They banded together as an order, brothers of darkness. Brothers of darkness they were through the ages, antagonists to the children of men. Secret and hidden they walked always, found, yet not found by the children of men. Forever they walked and worked in darkness, hiding from light in the darkness of night. Silently, secretly, they used their power, enslaving and binding the souls of men. Unseen they come, and unseen they go. Man in his ignorance calls them from below. Dark is the way the dark brothers travel. Dark of the darkness, not of the night. Traveling over earth, they walk through man's dreams. From the darkness around them, they gain power to call other dwellers from out of their plane in ways that are dark and unseen by man. Into man's mind space reach the dark brothers.
Oh! Can I say something?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, go ahead.
First.
You don't
Okay.
actually have to raise your hand. I don't.
No, that was my subconscious. Yeah, because okay, I know I say reptilians, all right, but because okay, you know how you were saying the Galactic Alliance or whatever, and we talk about the Anunnaki who made us slaves or whatever, and then there's that edited gene in our DNA that was fused together.
Second chromosome.
Yeah, and then this says from another plane, right? And I always say about the radio, TV frequencies, and the energies of Earth, and I do think there is some kind of energy that's different than us. That's more of like a dark, evil energy, and yes, and it's like infecting our minds. It's poisoning us.
And yeah, and do you remember me of the in the Lord of the Rings, the dark knights on the horses, the 7 horses? They were like, that was really, that gave me that imagination. And they're going
the 9 slaves of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The Nazgul. Yeah.
The Nazgul. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he's saying it in here. And these could be 30,000 years old at least.
Sure.
They could be.
Yeah.
They could be 3,000. That's why.
They could be millions.
Yeah.
They could
maybe hundreds of thousands.
Multi-dimensional. Could be all kinds. We have no idea what we're dealing with. Which is like the fun part about it, and that's why it's all spiritual warfare. You don't know who they are. They don't have images generation to generation. You have to look at the souls and hearts of men and women.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
You can't judge a character by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. That line that very smart person said that everybody threw out the window as soon as George Soros got involved.
He's one. He's infected.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, he's a Nazgul. Maybe the Nazguls are now the Soros, the Rothschilds, the Nazguls. I mean, they really are.
But yeah, someone like I don't want to say it was Pam Gregory, something else, someone else, but was talking about the Galactic Alliance and
Yes.
that so we were a species, right? And they look for species with potentials to like evolve, right? To evolve into higher energy or thinking things, right? And so years ago, there was a reptilian race that came here from the Draco constellation, and they like kind of enslaved us or whatever. And the Galactic Alliance's purpose was to get us to get out of that slavery mindset because we do have potential to be, you know, more.
And that will be again open.
Yeah.
Question. Are the Dracos, the reptilians, the Egyptian alligator gods, the Hopis ant people, and I forgot what the Aborigines call them, are they all the same people?
The Nagas.
They might be, yeah.
The Nagas. Are they all, you think they're all, we touched that last time. You think they're all the same gods or aliens or whatever?
Demons.
Yeah, more or less, but among the Nagas, they are good Nagas. They're serpents. The Nagas are the serpents. But the serpent is also referred to the Kundalini, but they are good one. But there is also like a split in. But yeah, I have to get all the story from the Nagas in the Vedas. They're not all bad, but it's kind of like the secret covenant or something. Some split off, but it was not the original. They're not like that. But I don't know all the story. I have to dig it up.
Yeah, well, they're always good and bad. It's like Rothschilds, right? And Rockefellers and the elite families, or the notorious families, the ones who make all the decisions. Like, they even have good people from within them. Like, there was a Rothschild or Rockefeller, I forgot which he was. He made this. He was going to make a documentary about his family, and he was basically telling the truth about how they control.
Yeah, I saw that documentary.
Industries and whatever. So yeah, there's good and bad in every family, every cult, every
human.
Yeah, and there is a Rockefeller who has like a organic farm and restaurant, and tries to do everything organic. That's a Rockefeller. So, and he's a kind in New York. Somewhere in New York, and he's a Rockefeller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was kidding. I said he's organic humans.
Yeah, maybe his mother find a beautiful human being, and he's not a child of his father. You never know. No, but they stay together because the money keeps together. But he had the different restaurants, and it was documentary from famous restaurants over the world. I never knew that. But he worked very hard, and everything was organic, and he had organic chicken and cows and everything.
Yeah, I have to correct Lori real quick. And I always say it. Yeah, if I were them, I'd be them. I think we're talking about Rothschilds and Rockefellers. Although I'm gonna call fake news on myself on that one, Lori, because if I were the Rothschilds right now and one of the Rockefellers, I'd be far more than nefarious. I would eradicate ochre from the planet. I'd make everybody drink smoothies. I'd change the kids' lunches. It'd be lettuce and greens and organic food. No, I wouldn't be, because they're very passive. They sit back and they just let us unfurl their chaos, or their corporations and politicians do it. I would be very active, and it would be evil, because I'd be using my force to make people be healthier and stronger and save grandma. So I'd be worse. But yeah, I believe that to be true. I think that if you, I'll ask you guys, if you are born in someone's shoes and you have all of their experiences from being a neutral baby, and you're abused, you're beaten, you have privilege or you don't, you're in a ghetto or a trailer park, or you grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth, I think you'll develop the same mannerisms that they are. I mean, I think there's some slight differences to us, but for the most part, you know, you'll have their responses to the world you adapted to in the shoes you were born. That's why I don't judge anybody. That's why I think that you can't judge anyone, because
unless like Jonathan says, they can come out of their mindset that they find the real self, like what you're talking about from Gurdjieff. Because then that happens in I think everybody can escape from their conditioning and their they lost themselves. We were talking about Gurdjieff. Just say, if everybody comes to their real self, whether they're brought up in an evil environment or in a good environment or in a poor or rich, everyone has the capacity, but I think it's much more difficult when you're in a difficult environment. I mean, a kind of difficult environment. If you're, poor people are more easy to reach the kingdom of God than rich people, because they have nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. I mean,
yeah, but I also, because like, I mean, it is true, right? Because your environment's going to affect who you are, who you become, especially in this world. But like, I know people who have had really bad shit happen to them, and they treat other people. They actually are super kind or over generous because they don't want others to feel the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They understand, like, this is a crappy feeling and I don't want someone else to feel that way. And then there's others that, you know, like, hold on to that pain so much that they have to inflict it on others.
Yeah.
So the environment does affect you, but like I said before, it is also how you respond, how you perceive it, process it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and how you can digest it and how you can. It's a kind of how you consciousness is evolved, because that's personal. That has to do with your karma. I think no matter where you're born, if your consciousness is higher, you can skip out of environments which is destructive, I think, because your consciousness is already on a higher level. And another story, it's from the Vedas. There were demons, and they had a child, and the mother of the child was very sick, and the mother demon said, you go to the sage, which is a saint, and rest there, he will cure you. So, and the saint was a saint, so he cured everybody, demons or not. And during the pregnancy, the child was influenced by the saint, not by the mom. So, and that is Praloop, the story of Praloop. So when he was born, he was a good child, and the father was very proud because he listened, he was obedient. But then the father said, okay, you have to kill these and these. And he said, no, I'm not killing. Oh, you're not killing. You're a demon and things like that. No, I don't do that. I worship Vishnu, was that. And he was very angry because his child didn't listen to him. And he tried everything, and he took teachers and so, but he was so, he stayed a good child. And then on the end, the father said, I'm going to kill my child because he's not a demon. And then I think, and the child said he couldn't kill the child because he was protected by Vishnu. I didn't remember anyhow, but the father died anyhow because the child was more powerful, being like 6-year-old than the demon. So that's how we kill the demon. I mean, that's how in a family, and that can happen, I think, to this. A good child can be born in an evil family. Yeah. But that is from the consciousness, as karma. I believe. That's maybe rare, but it happens. And a bad child can be born in a good family also. I mean, souls.
Right. Plus, like, right, part of this is to learn lessons and evolve. So some people might have to suffer more, and some people might not get it and have to repeat because they didn't learn the lesson they came here to learn.
Yeah, I think so.
It could be compassion. That could be your lesson.
Yeah.
You could have been some major dick in a past life. You to learn compassion. You didn't learn it again?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. So
Or
we are very much...
Or you chose to be in that scenario because of what it would teach you. You wanted to understand why, like, how could somebody, like, imagine if when you die, in which you don't die, but you end up in the lobby, back in the game lobby, and you're trying to process why did this person hate me so much? Like, how was it even possible? And you want to come back next life, I'm gonna be them. And you put yourself in their shoes and you have that experience, and you don't understand it while you're here, but when you're back in the game lobby, you understand. And I think maybe all of this is teaching us empathy, that, you know, or teaching the one empathy, not us. It's just energy. It's just, you know, this is a learning machine. And by putting every configuration of a soul in every single, you know, position or perspective, it creates that ultimate empathy, that ultimate love.
I think so too.
The universe is trying to learn love. I don't know. It was a theory I heard in a lecture once. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Although I think it should be more compassion, because sympathy, empathy is kind of like the feelings, and compassion is the feelings with the action. Does that make sense?
Compassion is deeper than sympathy.
Yes.
Compassion is like unconditional, because compassion is a powerful feeling, because it heals. Compassion is healing.
Right.
Empathy is feeling, but it doesn't heal, because you evolve too much in the other. But with compassion, you stay in your power of love, but you still, the power of love engulfs the one who is suffering, or who is, whether it's by his evil deeds or by really pain, because that's compassion. So you don't judge. I think that's compassion, because compassion is a very powerful emotion which heals without doing anything, according to my teacher. If you can feel real compassion, not empathy is okay, but the highest level is compassion, and that's kind of an unconditional feeling. And sometimes you can feel that if you're like in very high vibrations, and somebody is suffering, or somebody is even very angry and yelling, you feel compassion, because you're torturing yourself. When you're angry, actually you're torturing yourself too. That's torture. You don't want to feel angry.
Right.
It is good to be rightful anger, but like the anger in yourself, it doesn't feel good. So actually it's a kind of torture. So if you're in a higher feeling of compassion and you see somebody struggling with anger or with other like negative emotions, then you feel compassion, but you know it's not a pleasant to deal with it.
Right.
And therefore it's better to develop the higher vibrations into a love consciousness, because then doesn't matter, then all those negative feelings disappear like snow for sun. So then is there no envy, no greed, nothing anymore, and that's just by that higher feeling of compassion. Just one. And everybody feels that maybe once in a while you come to that feeling. But not enough. Not this week, at least not me.
Not enough. I mean,
or too much when it starts killing you.
Yeah, because if
more.
But that takes us back to the point of this simulation creation. If there were no darkness, there would be no light. There'd be nothing to learn. There'd be nothing to do. You always have to have, that duality that drives more light into the universe by bringing more darkness. And so it's a struggle, but it's a struggle that can never end. It's a struggle that has to just constantly evolve. And those who have the light have to shine more light, and those who have the darkness have to chase them so they will shine more light.
But I think this battle is the thing that keeps us in this constant freaking cycle.
Yeah, we
Like,
have to
I mean-
rise above the battle.
Right, like everybody, okay, so of course everybody wants like golden age awesome stuff, right? But you can't have light without darkness. You can't have darkness without light. And I really think it's like balance. I don't know, but if we got to a balance, a perfect harmony, we might just flip out of existence because we achieved the goal.
But then,
Or if we win and it's all light, what's the point? Like, we're playing this video game and it's all set up this way. And if you had balance or it was mostly good, who would play the video game? We're here for a reason. So play. Whoever you are, play. If you're the villain it up. If you think you're a hero it up. But agree with your true self and go that direction.
But I mean, like, we've had really good times light that I would say were more light, and then we've had really bad times that are more dark. And what I'm saying is, what about a time of balance?
There's no balance in Donkey Kong. It depends on the level that you're at. Certain levels are easier.
I don't want a video game.
Other levels, the monkey's throwing barrels.
I think it's a really cool cosmic university thing that I get to create shit when I die to go to. So I'm not going to no video game.
Yes, that, but you play on different levels in different eras and different times. Sometimes it's lighter levels, other times it's darker levels. And that dragon show up, Bowser, fire out his mouth, not just a funky ape, it's supposed to change. That's how this learning machine video game thing works.
I know, but I really don't like calling it a video game because I think it's better than that.
Oh, it's the most awesome game in the universe, probably in the multiple dimensions.
You like nature.
It's the best game, and we all here. Obviously, it's the best game in town. We're not at another arcade. We're at this arcade. Simulation creation.
So,
but it doesn't make it not real. Like, I call it a game because it's a simulation creation, but it's a piece of software, right? It doesn't mean that it's fake. It's very real. We're here for the sake of our perspective and our existence. This is all very real.
Yeah, but then you're putting me in a computer, which is what my government's trying to do, or whoever owns them. I don't like it.
Put you in the computer. I didn't put you nowhere. You decided, you consented, and you agreed to come here. You wanted to be here. You wanted to be in Susan Jewell's body with Susan Jewell's problems, and you probably saw all the things that you were going to deal with. You're like, oh, I want to play that game. I want to play
my white body's a psychopath. I'm choosing this shit.
Yes. You knew what would happen. Because you were sitting there thinking, it's like, you know what? Do I want to appear as Susan Jewell in the time of Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan, or Mao, or do I want to be Susan Jewell when Bill Gates comes to save grandma and starts the apocalypse? And you're like, oh, that's the one I want. Huh? What's that?
I said, yeah, I chose to come back when Bill Gates swallows the sun and all the water's poisoned.
Yes.
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with all of us? All four of us chose this shit.
There's a reason. There's a reason. Otherwise, we'd be somewhere else. We're here we could have went to like Love Planet, where everybody's just on the beaches and stuff. No, who wants to go to Love Planet? Screw that. Let's go down there and go with the monkeys. They go, guess what? Guess what happens in chapter 7? In chapter 7, they put face diapers on everybody and they convince them that the air is bad and nature's trying to kill them while they're eating donuts. Oh, we got to play that game. You got a quarter? Can I borrow a quarter, Jonathan? We got to play that game. There's a guy called Fauci. He's not even a doctor. He's a politician pretending to be a doctor. And he's there to save grandmama too. Like, change their DNA to help them. Like,
that must be exciting.
Christine, where's Christine? Somebody get Christine. Damn, Christine, get on. We're gonna play this game.
Yeah, I can imagine that we choose that game with our moon and Gemini and things like that. We want to say, hey, that's something very weird. Let's go there. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Our friends and family are going to turn us into the police. We're going to go to these places called quarantine Walmart camps, FEMA camps, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
I think we can
Reprogram it.
totally.
Yeah, especially with Scorpio rising and and Sagittarius in the first. We're like,
And
oh,
then-
let's go to the world where everything's a lie, and then you got to figure it all out.
yeah, and then the moon in Scorpio house in Gemini. Okay, oh wow, that's some like dark stuff we can see there.
Hell yeah. And then we're all going to be scared as hell because of what Courtney said. Somebody in China figure out if the tests work best if they stick probes in your butt. Oh, we got to play this game. We got to play this one. Imagine how scared we're going to be.
Yeah.
Going back to the age of butt stuff.
Jonathan thinks, oh my god.
It's like these people are assholes around here.
Come on, Jonathan, read your next chapter.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I got it. Okay. Here we go.
He has the wrong book. Jonathan, do you
I got
just
it.
turn it to the page? Did you
Wherever they walked and worked.
John, were you reading another book?
What?
You were reading another book, weren't you? You were off somewhere else. Were you somewhere else?
Whoops.
Oh, you were. Okay.
When he hears stupidity, he just zones out.
He zooms out.
The professor doesn't have time to play. The professor, oh no, I got to keep up with it. He's got to be on his game constantly. See, he had no idea what we're talking about.
No,
He's got multiple processors going.
Right.
He just read and graded like 5 papers in his head while we were
I was
talking.
like, oh, I can't believe you said this. What the hell is wrong with you, John? Goodness gracious. You'd spent all the time at detention. I figured you figured it out by now. All right, sorry.
Here we go. Okay, so he's talking about the those that have consciously chosen to create ignorance. Forever they walked and worked in darkness, hiding from light in the darkness of night. Silently, secretly, they used their power, enslaving and binding the souls of men. Unseen they come and unseen they go. Man in his ignorance calls them from below. Dark is the way the dark brothers travel. Dark of the darkness, not of the night. So he's making a distinction there between darkness and night.
Yes.
Traveling over earth, they walk through man's dreams. From the darkness around them, they gain power to call other dwellers from out of their plane in ways that are dark and unseen by man. Into man's mind space reach the dark brothers. Around it, they close the veil of their night. There, through its lifetime, the soul dwells in bondage, bound by the fetters of the veil of the night. Mighty they are in forbidden knowledge. Forbidden because it is one with the night. Hearken, old man, and listen to my warning. Be free from the bondage of night. Surrender not your soul to the brothers of darkness. Keep your face ever turned towards the light. O man, do you not know that your sorrow has only come through the veil of the night? O man, heed my warning. Strive ever upward. Turn your soul toward the light. The brothers of darkness seek for their brothers, those who have traveled the pathway of light. For well they know that those who have traveled far towards the sun in their pathway of light have great and yet greater power to bind with darkness the children of light. Listen, O man, to he who comes to you, but weigh in the balance if his words be of light. For many there are who walk in dark brightness, and yet are not children of light. It is easy to follow their pathway, easy to follow the path that they lead. But, O man, heed my warning. Light comes only to him who strives. And that is the point that I was trying to make earlier about seriousness. I don't think you guys understood what I was saying. I'll get to that in the comments, though. Let me continue. Hard is the pathway that leads to wisdom. Hard is the pathway that leads to the light. Many stones you will find in your pathway. Many the mountains you will climb toward the light. Yet know, O man, that he who overcomes will be freed by the pathway of light. O man, know in the end that light must conquer, and darkness and night must be banished from light. Listen, O man, and heed this wisdom. Even as darkness is, so is the light. When darkness is banished and all veils are rended, our out shall flash from the darkness the light. Even as exist among men the dark brothers, so there exists the brothers of light. They are antagonists of the brothers of darkness, seeking to free men from the night. They have powers mighty and potent. Knowing the law, the planets obey. They work ever in harmony and order, freeing the man's soul from its bondage of night. They too walk secret and hidden, unknown to the children of men. They have ever fought the dark brothers, conquered and conquering time without end. Yet always light shall in the end be master, driving away the darkness of night. That goes back to what we were saying earlier, that everything in time shall be revealed. All the lies shall be revealed for what they are in time. And, you know, it corresponds with what Jesus says, and I don't remember which gospel it is, but the truth will set you free, and no one puts a lamp under a basket. Mm-hmm. No, that lamp is placed on a table so that it shines for all. I, man, know this knowing. Besides you, walk always the children of light. They are masters of the sun power, the ever unseen guardians of men. Open to all is their pathway. Open to he who will walk in the light. Free they are of dark Amenti, free of the halls where life reigns supreme. Sons they are, and lords of the morning, children of light to shine among men. They are like man, and yet are unlike. They were never divided in the past. They have been one in oneness eternal, throughout all space since the beginning of time. They came up in oneness with the all, the one, up to the first space, formed and unformed. They have given secrets to man that shall guard and protect him from all harm. He who would travel the path of the master must be free from the bondage of night. He must conquer the formless and shapeless, and conquer the phantom of fear. Knowing, he must gain all the secrets. He must travel the pathway that leads through the darkness, yet ever before him keep the light of his goal. He shall meet great obstacles on the pathway, yet must press on to the light of the sun. Hear, O man, the sun is the symbol of the light that shines at the end of your road. Now to you I give the secrets. Now to meet the dark power, meet and conquer the fear from the night. Only by knowing can you conquer. Only by knowing can you have light. Now I give to you the knowledge known to the masters, the knowing that conquers all the dark fears. Use this, the wisdom I give you, and you shall be master over the brothers of night. When unto you comes a feeling, drawing you nearer to the darker gate, examine your heart and find if the feeling has come from within. If you find the darkness is your own thoughts, Banish them from your mind. Send through your body a wave of vibration, irregular first and regular second, repeating time after time until you are free. Start the wave force in your brain center. Direct it in waves from your head to your feet. But if you find your own heart is not darkened, know that a force is directed to you. Only by knowing can you overcome it. Only by wisdom can you hope to be free. Knowledge brings wisdom, and wisdom is power. Attain, and you shall have power over all. First, seek a place bound by darkness. Place a circle around about you. Stand erect in the midst of the circle. Use this formula, and you shall be free. Raise your hands to the dark space above you. Close your eyes and draw in the light. Call to the spirit of light through the time-space. Using these words, and you shall be free. Fill my body, O spirit of life. Fill my body with the spirit of life. Come from the flower that shines through the darkness. Come from the halls where the 7 lords rule. I name the 7 by name. 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7, 8, and 9. By their names I call them to aid me. Free me and save me from the darkness of night. Then he's got some names for them. Unatas, Quertas, Quietal, and Goiana. Quertal, Samveta, Ardal. By their names I implore you, free me from darkness and fill me with light. I have no idea if I pronounced those correctly or not. Man.
They have other meanings. They mean Lori, Courtney, Deborah, Mark, Lupita. That's what they mean. That's just cultural name reappropriation. They did that all throughout the scripture. Don't worry about that. I got your back, brother.
No doubt.
I think they're the name of the planets back then, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well, he says there are 7 lords, right?
Yeah.
That corresponds with the 7 planets that were known at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd expect that's probably a good guess, Susan. Yeah, definitely.
I would say that's not a guess. I'd say that's right, pretty much where the Sumerians put it. Right, they did the same thing. They spoke
7. Right? Of course, we all know that 7 is a magical number, and it. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, it's 7 is a magical number in every tradition. In the Christian tradition, there are 7 virtues. As well as 7 vices.
7 deadly sins.
7 deadly sins.
7 chakras.
7 chakras.
And every chakra has a deity. That's the light, the master of the lights.
So
7-11.
It definitely, it definitely could be the planets. And in fact, don't the planets correspond to the different chakras?
Yes.
And I'm guessing that in esoteric Christianity, in Gnostic Christianity, the planets may have represented themselves, each represented their light aspect and their dark aspect, a different virtue and a different vice. That's my guess.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of symbology there. I think that
definitely
a lot of what they did was story time, right? Like the majority of the population couldn't read nor write. So how do you hand the stories down? You hand them down through the children. You tell them stories from birth. It's like nursery rhymes, right? Like a lot of our nursery rhymes have deep meanings. A lot of little tales we have with the kid, they have deeper meanings. And so I think that they used, astrology or planets in the way that the Native Americans and everyone else did at story time. You tell the story in a way that they can sync up with their real world so they don't forget the story, because one generation in the future, might be thousands of years down the road, will actually be able to translate it and understand what we were saying.
It's like, even Göbekli, never going to say that damn place right. Göbekli Tepe. And the carvings so far that they found. So first of all, it's not even like Egypt where it's painted or carved into the stone. These are stones chiseled away, and the carvings come out of the stone, like three-dimensional. Do you know how hard that would be? Where you had to make like a 20-foot pillar, Stonehenge stone, and like exact, and then on top of that, carve the symbols to come out of them like 3D. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's with sound and with vibrations technology.
Yeah.
The
it's crazy to think that someone that never used the tool before built that and started farming at the same time. That's
sure.
That's just
right?
stupid.
Yeah.
But they have
air is poison, right?
Yeah. They have these symbols on them that, like, because okay, so like what temple is it in India, and it has the big zodiac on the front, and there's always an eagle, and I think it's because when we move that degree, that 72 degrees or whatever in the precession of the equinox, I think it kind of changes our position and the zodiac a little bit. So I think the eagle represents Aquila and our time and place. You know what I mean by that?
Is the eagle associated with Aquarius?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right near Aquarius.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think when we shift into different spots, so like if they were made 12,000 years ago, we could have been shifted a little bit different where,
right,
you know, it looked more like Aquila was coming up on the horizon, not
right,
Aquarius.
Yeah. It's a really good point.
Yeah. I think there's so much. Like I trust astrology or whatever, but I think there's so much more to this that we just don't understand or know. Because if energies come in and bounce off and interact with Earth and then affect us and our energies, and then you're talking about like, so say 12,000 years ago the Earth was here and now it's here. That's different locations, different energies, different things.
Access is different.
Changes,
and so much knowledge from astrology also disappeared with the Rockefeller medicine, because before they used astrology to. I have actually an interesting article about astrology and healing. So I used an astrology to diagnose how to heal you, which is the real problem.
Yeah.
And it all disappeared a lot. And they were really accurate to the point. They didn't have to cut and to operations because they find the right herbs for it. So they prevented cancer and all that kind of stuff. But and they did it with astrology. They could have your chart, and they find the difficult planets or whatever transits, and then with every planet there is a herb also connected. I mean, everything's connected.
Everything's connected.
So like Nestles is like connected with Aries, and because it's sharp, and then you have. Calendula is with the sun, it's gold, and so everything had this. It was very successful, because it was so successful. Those the Brothers of the Dog destroyed it. Like, let's say, talking in the same spirit.
Yeah.
Because what you said was interesting. So you have to be careful if the Brothers of the Dark present you as children of the light. They make it you very, it's tempting and it's easy, but it's never easy. So that is our trap. Right, Jonathan? Right. So if you follow sorry.
No, it's kind of like, all right, whatever. We'll just use driving boating as an example, but you know what I mean? Like they prop him up like, oh, he's this, he's that. He's presented as this, you know, free thinking, everybody's can be included or whatever. But we're all also at a precipice of discovering truth. So we know that, but there are people out there who really think that this puppet is going to save everybody.
Yeah. Jonathan told it. He was like, I can't believe it, but it's still like that.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Bible, it says false prophets, right? At the end times, these are the end times.
Yeah, these are really the end times.
Yeah.
We're on the last judgment.
There's gonna be some of us left over to evolve, or we're getting wiped out, people.
You always got us dying.
Start over.
What is up with you? You always got the human race dying back to apocalypto times. We might make it. We might win. You know, it could be.
Oh, I'm hoping.
Huh?
Dude, if anybody has hope in humanity, it's me. Because I really think we're freaking awesome. I do. And I think that if we stopped being idiots, we could do really cool shit. I really believe that with all my heart. But, you know, I don't know. And then I go on the internet.
That's all right.
And I'm reminded that we're half screwed right now.
And then it's
almost totally.
Babies and everything else.
We are capable of horrors beyond imagination and wonders.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. You know, you take a country like Spain. Spain in the 1500s. Spain colonized 2 continents and committed genocide.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone that's in denial of that is simply in denial of reality, in denial of history. That same country, in that same century, also produced Teresa of Avila, John of the Cross, and then a few years later, Miguel Cervantes, who wrote the greatest novel of all time, Don Quixote.
Yeah, true.
That
Light and dark.
of the incredible potential we have at both extremes.
Yes. And in extreme times, extreme holy people and extreme evil people are there. This is now also.
Well, that's like Rome, right? And the conquering of Rome and the destruction of all the pagan religions. But then you had Jesus emerge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And in extreme times, when it's extreme time in Belgium, and you know that your sister needs to go to sleep because it's way past her bedtime.
Right.
Wrapping up in extreme times and extremities, extremely. We need to get some last words.
Yeah.
We started late, guys.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. This Belgian lady needs to go to bed.
Yes. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Does anybody want to take this bag of snakes and roll up chapter 6 in a summary for us for what we went through?
Reptilians are using the TV to protect your mind.
There's only like 6 lines left here. You want me to finish it? Because it's like that. Should we go out on that, or I don't know?
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, that didn't sound too enthusiastic.
No, dude. 6 lines is dude.
No, I'm not getting in this. I know how I get when I need to go
like
to sleep.
maybe 9 sentences.
Yeah, there's nothing left.
Yeah, I know. It's up to Christine. I'm good to go.
Okay.
No, it's good. No, I want to finish the top.
Yeah, then we could just wrap it up.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have little babies and stuff coming out. Absolutely, get on it, John.
All right. Oh man, know that when you have done this, you shall be free from the fetters that bind you. You shall have cast off the bondage of the brothers of night. Do you not see that the names have the power to free by vibration the fetters that bind you? Use them to free you, brother, so that he too may come forth from the night. Oh man, you are your brother's helper. Let him not lie in the bondage of night. Now unto you I give my magic. Take it and dwell on the pathway of light. Light unto you, life unto you. Sun may you be on the cycle above. Sun may you be. Be a light unto yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Greater things I have done, you will do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think it's saying, like, you know, shed the fear, the tethers that bind you to this reality, know who you are, and then those brothers of darkness can't control you anymore.
No power over you.
Like what we're going through now.
Yeah.
Good.
So we are already good. We are good because they don't have power
Right.
over us. They don't have. We see through the game.
You see through it.
Right.
All right. We see through the game.
We can.
So us, we're gonna survive. Haha. No, I'm kidding.
Yay! Now it's bedtime. Was a good fairy.
Right.
Thank you, Susan, for that positive note. We'll see you tomorrow when you tell us the reptilian's going to eat us from our feet to our booty holes. All right. Listen,
All right.
everybody, it was a wonderful evening. Appreciate y'all joining in. There's Jonathan, Christine, Susan, and Gerard. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Good evening, good noon, and good night.
Break the chains that bind me, 'cause I wanna break the chains that bind you. Do you wanna set the world free, have perfect harmony? Isn't it time for that? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people from the bottom to the top? Make modern slavery stop. Do you wanna let go of the prisoners? See everyone happy. We can have this and more if we open up the doors. Well, what do you think about that? Do you wanna free, boom, boom, free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people and Mother Nature too? Close down all the zoos. Do you wanna boom, 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 boom? Do you wanna boom, 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 boom? Do you wanna free, boom, boom, free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people from the bottom to the top?